Welcome to Bonus Banter, where we answer your questions and talk about nothing.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Everyone in the room is T-posing. Should old acquaintance...
This is a Y pose.
This is a Y pose.
MCA.
Actually, if we're going to talk about a Y pose, this is a Y pose where the arms are a little bit lowered. It helps you see the shoulders better.
But that's not a Y.
But this
it's
is
an arrow.
the Y.
I'm pointing up.
MCA in the days of YMCA.
No, I call it the Elmo and Flames pose.
Well, welcome to the end of the year. When we're recording this, it's December 30th.
Yep.
We haven't recorded anything in... Oh, I don't know. Let me
Over
look at
a
the
month.
calendar. Last thing we sat down to record was November 18th.
Wow, a month and a half.
That's a pretty long gap.
I knew it was a while because we recorded that, and then the next week was Thanksgiving, and I had to shove a bunch of crap in our podcast room to convert the gaming table out in my living room into a sit down and eat things at a table, and I didn't unconvert it until about 4 hours ago.
And the real funny thing is, no spoilers, we left off on the worst cliffhanger to have not recorded for a month and a half. It's like,
Yeah.
what, quite possibly the end of book
They don't
2?
know though.
It was intense.
Yeah, you were at the very end of book 2 last time we recorded. Yeah, so we can't tell them.
That's why I said no details.
Yeah, they can't know. They will never know.
They'll never know.
And there was a reason for that. There was the holidays, and then I got so sick.
Yeah,
I
so
am
incredibly
still
sick.
pretty sick.
So sick that it makes my normal sick look pitiful.
It's bad. It's been bad. We've been kicked around by, well, first...
A few urgent cares.
We went to the urgent care a couple times because we didn't think it was bad. And then it started being like, well, we need to deal with this. And then we went to a real doctor. And then when we got medicine from them, the CVS near us is dog shit. And they never have your prescription ready. Like, they're out of stock. And now we're about to wait like the better part of a week for this medicine.
That you probably need now.
And it's worse because I found out it's intentional that CVS understaffs their pharmacies to save money. So I'm never going there again.
Boycott CVS, everybody.
Listen, I know
It's been a heck of a time.
I know a good pharmacy about 45 minutes from here you could use.
I don't think I'd want to go there.
You mean the one that you use?
Yeah.
Okay. We could meet you there. We could swap germs.
Do you go to a big box pharmacy or just a small local
I go
one?
Walgreens.
Okay. That's
Okay.
a good
I
big
used
box.
to do a
It's
small
never
local
actually
one
failed me.
that I liked, and then they went out of business.
Oh,
Oh,
we should go to the Walgreens instead.
there's actually a local one.
Yeah.
Family owned, not Walgreens, pharmacy
Oh.
down the street. I was thinking about going to because
Nick.
screw CVS.
Yeah.
And your
Yeah.
long receipts.
Yeah.
Stupid CVS.
Stupid CVS.
But
CVS.
in the meantime, we haven't done any bonus banter or recording because, sick. And then the days we weren't sick, there was like
Christmas
family
stuff.
and
Yeah.
Christmas and Thanksgiving. So there's a lot of things to talk about. We've had a lot of great food. I know this is the bonus banter is where the food talk really gets concentrated.
Food talk.
I did Thanksgiving this year. It was the Derek show. And we just had me, Drow, and my parents. And I sent it. I when I don't have a lot of people to cook for, and I have a thing where it's like, hey, you are making the feast, I can get really into it. We made a roast duck with a cherry wine sauce.
and it was beautiful.
It was delicious.
I made deviled eggs.
You made deviled eggs. I made a new recipe from Chef John on YouTube. Mashed potatoes.
Foodwishes.com
Yeah,
with...
It's a mashed potatoes au gratin. So
Ogre?
yes,
It's all ogre now.
I think Jacob, you might know it as mashed potatoes gratin, where there's like thin slices of potatoes stacked on
He
each other.
doesn't know this.
It sounds wonderful, but I've never heard of it.
It's
the
pretty
problem-
texturally interesting.
The problem with that is like the top layer is like cooked beautifully. It's got like cheese and everything, and it's all like caramelized. But under it, it can be a little soggy. It got those potato chunks.
Yeah.
So mashed potatoes au gratin is cheesy mashed potatoes on the bottom in a casserole dish, and then thin slices of potato with that cheese on top. It is bomb.
Never had it.
This sounds interesting.
It's like making a mashed potato pie, but instead of a crust, it's more potatoes.
It's really good.
Shepherd's pie, but it's only mashed potatoes.
All y'all listening,
The good part of shepherd's pie.
you go look up Chef John, Food Wishes on YouTube. and he did a video in November, mashed potatoes au gratin. It is fire, and it's one of the perfect au gratin. I don't remember how he labeled it, but it's a fire dish, dude. And like, it's great because you can make it. You can put a little aluminum foil cover over it and put it in like towels or something to take to a family event. I drove it an hour on Christmas Eve to a family event because I made it Thanksgiving and then I made it again for Christmas Eve. And I pulled it out and it was still warm. So it's good. And my grandma doesn't have her sense of taste anymore, and her potatoes were terrible. So people destroyed my potatoes. It was awesome.
L grandma.
Yeah, grandma took an L. But what
I'm
else?
the one who took an L for the family food.
Isn't your mom listen to this? Should we not trash talk grandma?
Listen, I love Nana. Nana is my beloved, but those potatoes sucked.
Goodness.
You say it with love.
Wow.
My mom, who does listen to some of this, came up and told me at Christmas Eve, "I'm so glad you brought these potatoes because there was something wrong with Nana's potatoes."
I mean, if you said she lost her taste, then she couldn't tell if they weren't right.
Yep.
I took the L. I made some food for work potlucks, and nobody touched it.
Well, that wasn't because your food was bad. It was because there wasn't a soup ladle.
The last time, okay, so first of all, I forgot the soup ladle. And so the one person who did eat off of it used salad tongs. So whoever you are, you don't listen to this. Well, the fact that someone wanted to try my chicken noodle soup so bad that they used salad tongs is the only reason I didn't cry on the way home, I think. I worked really hard on that. But what normally we have like no food, and this time everyone remembered that and brought more food than could have been eaten in a week of a potluck. So I had that fail, and then I made a dessert for Jacob's family potluck thing, and the chocolate didn't set properly, and so but that happens.
That happens.
Yeah.
Chocolate's temperamental.
Chocolate is temperamental, and we live where it's humid and dry every day, multiple days in a row. It goes back and forth.
Yeah.
The chocolate didn't set properly.
What dessert was it?
The Rocky Road candy. The one that you don't like because there's marshmallows.
Oh, okay.
You don't like marshmallows?
Just plain marshmallows.
It's
really.
just-
I'm gonna cut his mic.
You put chocolate
I'm not making.
and marshmallows and peanuts and peanut butter. And you just
interesting.
make little drop clusters, and the texture differences are actually really nice.
Oh,
I
But
can
the
see
chocolate didn't set
that. It
properly.
might be like a turtle cluster.
Yeah, it just doesn't have caramel.
Turtle.
Yeah.
So it didn't set properly.
turtle.
But
Shut up.
my Thanksgiving food turned out, I think.
The food for both the Thanksgivings and the Christmases was pretty good.
Oh, no, I failed my first ever pumpkin pie this time.
Oh.
Aw.
It didn't come out, so I had Jacob race to the store with less than an hour.
We also found out that wasn't entirely your fault either. It was something weird about the recipe.
Something was wrong with the recipe. So I made a different one, and that one turned out the prettiest one I've ever made. So, but it was good.
I do a
It was
lot
just
of.
stressful.
Heckin' stressful. Jacob was there with less than 10 minutes to go. I think they still let the lines run at that food line past time. We were cutting it so close.
They had one line open, and the line was all the way to the back of the store.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
Yeah.
I had the text conversation to prove how long he was in line.
Whenever it gets to be November, I start, and not just November, also some late October, I start doing tests of the things I want to do for the holidays. I bought so much turkey this year.
Yeah.
Because it went on sale towards the end of October for like $1 a pound,
Yeah.
which is pretty cheap. And so I would buy, we've done this, I bought a whole turkey, thawed it in the fridge, butchered it myself, and then like tested the recipe I wanted to use on the turkey breasts when Drow and I ate it. And then we used the leg and thigh quarters to make turkey stew, kind of like chicken stew.
So good.
Which you guys had.
And
But
it was
also,
delicious.
I roasted the carcass and made stock with it. And so my move was, this is what I was planning to do for Christmas, was do the same thing with the turkey, pre-butcher it ahead of time, dry brine the legs, thighs, and breasts, and that's like the meat you're going to eat, and then make stock out of the rest. Although I did save the wings for the dressing.
Stuffing, yeah.
And then
I guess since it didn't go in the cavernous
Then
cavity
it is
of the turkey,
technically
then it's dressing.
dressing.
Stuffing is what we call it. But yeah. And so I did that. I dry brined it. Then what I would do the next day is I'll have this like pot of really good stock. And then we use that to make like gravy and stuffing. And then, so what we did with the turkey is I used the cast iron to sear the skin of it and get like a nice good skin going. And then on one sheet tray, I fit all the turkey and just left it in the oven until each piece came up to the right temperature. So the breasts got to the perfect temperature and didn't dry out.
You could
then
remove them first and then
remove them
deal with the
first.
legs.
And then the leg and thigh got to roast as long as they want. And it was so good. It was so incredibly good. I also got it from
there
a
was
YouTube
no
video idea.
weird bird mangling that happened at the table.
Yeah, because we just have the breasts and the thighs. So you just pull off a leg or take a turkey thigh, and then we already pre-sliced the breast on like in a bias or something like that.
Against the grain.
Yeah, and then make gravy in the cast iron pan I had seared it on. It was so good.
Yeah, I'm hungry now.
Yeah. I have
make a little
another
bread right
turkey.
now.
I have an 18-pounder still from when they were on sale in my fridge.
We got a turkey this year.
Yeah, we did.
I can't wait to take it apart and cook it up. I've never actually done a turkey, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, I recommend wholeheartedly, if you have the fridge space, thaw it, butcher it yourself, and then freeze the parts separately so that you can have it on your own.
As someone who prefers white meat over dark meat, I have experienced the sin that
a
is
dry-ass turkey
drying
breast.
out turkey breast, because
it's
turkey
awful.
breast is amazing if properly cooked. And I will say that the people that I typically do my Thanksgivings have learned to make that work. The last ones Jacob's mom have done, they low and slow grilled it.
Yeah.
And so it did not dry out the breast. And my mom is just obsessed with the turkey, so she'll make it work. I think the white meat turns out better than the dark meat on hers. But I have had dry turkey breast, and it's not fun.
People
Yeah.
do all these fancy moves like wet brines and smoking it and deep frying it, and they're all cool and they can make it taste all sorts of different ways. But the fundamental problem is if
They
you
can
cook it
also catch your house on fire.
right, if you cook it whole, you got this whole thing, and one half of it finishes a lot sooner than the other
Yeah.
half. If you're roasting in an oven, you can do the whole upside down trick, and that can get you most of the way there. But you're never going to be as perfect as if you butcher it and cook it separately.
Yeah.
You're cooking two different types of meat.
Yeah, and that way, because usually what happens if you get the breasts pretty close, the thighs can be a little slimy still because they haven't fully rendered to where they're super tender and fall apart. But this way, you get those thighs get up to 198, 200 Fahrenheit, and they'll be perfect. And then the breast is already at 165. I love it. I could talk food shop all day.
That, and if you have a flattened carcass, you can fit other things in the oven at the same time. The turkey does not demand the entire oven.
We had all the turkey, one whole thing of stuffing on a sheet tray,
a thing of rice,
a casserole dish full of potatoes, and a thing of rice in the oven on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you spatchcock a turkey, it's never going to get as good as butchered.
Though my family did try a spatchcock recently, and
It's
boy,
better.
it does make a difference.
Oh, it's a lot better than whole, but it's never going to be as good as butchered.
It's because you're
When-
not trying to get all of the weird inside bits.
When Dad did the spatchcock, though, he cooked it on the electric smoker.
Ooh.
So that's a totally different type of cooking it.
Yeah.
Because that low and slow really does help keep, and it was just the breast.
Yeah.
So it was all one sort of, he took away the other parts.
There you go.
He got he actually took apart and got the dark meat off because didn't want that on the smoker.
The biggest compliment I got is my sister really likes this
Specific sauce, yeah.
It's called Carolina Treat. It's really good. It's kind of vinegary.
It's acidic.
Yeah. But normally she has that on turkey because she really likes that sauce and doesn't care for turkey. She tried the gravy that I made with the stock I made and tried the treat and then kept eating the gravy. That's the biggest compliment anyone's ever given me without saying it.
Oh, my big Thanksgiving one that was happy. The one that makes me I was proud of it. I made the bread this year. And not only did it turn out, but they still talk about how much they enjoyed the bread I made.
Love bread.
I made a bubble, you put little balls of the dough in a cake bundt pan.
Ooh, yeah.
And so
like a monkey bread, but savory?
yes, but it's not sticky. It's just heckin' buttery to the right amount. And it turns out, no matter what, it's so good. And they loved it and kept talking about how much they loved it. And it made me really happy.
I made
That's
pumpkin
awesome.
pie, I think.
You did make you helped do the mixing and such.
Yeah.
You made my mac and cheese and it turned out amazing.
Yeah.
I made banana pudding, and I was so sick whenever I made it. I was over the stove, like angled about 90 degrees away from it so that I could cough while I was stirring.
The last time I cooked that sick,
Good banana pudding.
I made 72 cupcakes for my sister's wedding shower, and then promptly decided that I couldn't let all the little old ladies at church eat my flu-ridden cupcakes.
Yeah, that's what we had to flu.
And I kept them, and while sick, probably ate half of those 72 cupcakes.
Oh my
Good
God.
God.
Gotta do
That's
something with
mood.
them.
You should have frozen them.
We did.
Oh.
That's how I ate half of them.
Well, if we keep talking about food, this podcast is going to be like 2 hours long.
But food is so fun.
I know. Did anyone get any cool gifts over the holiday season that they want to talk about?
I got COVID.
Yeah, well, according to the doctor, you didn't.
They can't test it past 5 days, and we went in at a week.
That's fair.
What do you mean they can't test it past
They
5
can't
days?
test it. That's whenever the tests are valid for. That's whenever they can detect it.
How come she tested for like 2 months afterwards?
I don't know. That's what the
Because-
doctor told me.
I tested early, back when you had to quarantine for 2 straight weeks, no matter what. It's different now.
Did anyone else get any interesting gifts?
I got books. I like books. I got 5 books. None of them are RPGs. They're actual novel books.
Oh, any interesting ones you want to call out?
I got one thick book that is the first 3 books of the Dragon Riders of Pern book series, a book series from my middle school days that I love. And then I got 4 books from a creepypasta author called Tales from the Gas Station. And I really look forward to because they have like a 6-hour creepypasta, I think, where they read stories from it. But there's like not all the stories are read. So you have to read the books to get the whole story. And I like the whole story. So I liked enough to get it. Let's see. I got a little drone that has a camera on it.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with that.
Oh,
And,
you've been wanting one of those for a while.
For a while, yes. The unexpected fun gift was a stocking stuffer of all things. It was like, what, $5?
That was what I got you.
It's a little fly killer with a suction cup shaped spiked surface that you shoot off of it with a little spring.
He's had so much fun with
So
that.
much fun. And then today, actually, from Derek and Drow, I got just a buttload of miniatures.
Yeah, we
from
got
the
you.
Darklands Rising Pathfinder 2E set.
Because Pathfinder 2E used to be good.
We got you
It used to be good.
a pack of 8 boxes of the Pathfinder battles. I found a deal on it.
Yeah, I think I counted them out. I got 26 miniatures in total, but not all of them are very
Yeah,
small.
one of them's a fucking
Yeah.
adamantine golem, and it's
and it's like-
enormous.
How heavy was it?
Fist sized.
It was almost
Almost a
1
pound.
pound.
Yeah, almost a pound. Gee, I got some really, really cool miniatures in there. And then to top it off, I recently got myself some unpainted miniatures that I'm going to start painting, and Kat got me some painting materials to do with that.
Aw.
Because I know painting stuff.
Yep.
What'd you get, Kat?
Let's see. I got the Bialetti mocha pot,
Oh, yeah, baby.
and I made my first
Oh,
cup,
yeah.
and I think I burned the coffee, but it's a little temperamental till you learn it.
I
Didn't
would have still
sputter.
drank it.
So I watched Derek make some, and I figured out some things that you need to just see in person. Jacob and I haven't even opened all of our gifts to each other because my big gift from him is coming late. Trying to think. Got some new Joy-Cons. Thank you, Drow and Derek.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, my parents gave me an amazing gift. Got a crisp $100 bill to spend on whatever I want.
Yeah.
That's sweet stuff right there. Lots of nice little things that I got. Some clothes I got. You know, nothing exciting, but I liked all of it.
Awesome.
Oh, I got one of those little wooden mannequin model things for art.
Oh, nice.
So now when I open up my tablet, I can actually like set up my little model because I'm really bad at
Those things are the
making, poses and such and perspectives.
anatomy. Yeah.
That's the thing I was going to tell you about. I got that. So
Nice.
now I'm even more excited to use my tablet because I can use a model to make a pose from.
Drow, anything you want to talk about?
Got a caulk gun.
Yes, you did. I laughed so hard. My parents got you a caulk gun with like silicone caulking, right?
Yes. So I am a seasoned fish keeper, and I'm getting to the point that my aquariums are starting to get old. So eventually I'm going to need to reseal them. Now I have silicone sealant ready. And there is something funny, I imagine, about witnessing somebody opening up like a caulk gun for Christmas.
About the only gun you're not afraid of?
But like me,
Yeah.
my dad, and my brother-in-law were like, really? That thing's like, they usually just tack those onto whatever caulk you get for like a couple bucks. But you were so excited about it. The sealant is probably the most like pricey part of it.
It has to be 100% silicone, or
Yeah.
else it could poison the fish.
That's cool. I can see you all geared up to caulk your own fish tank.
Time to get caulked.
And our big present to Drow got caught in shipping nightmares. So
As
it
they do.
happens.
it's going to be like mid-January before you get that.
That's fine.
Equipment.
Anything else fun?
I got some Joy-Cons. I got the pink and yellow ones.
Ooh.
They got me the purple and yellow gold.
Yeah.
As expected. Purple is my thing.
Trying to think of what else I got. I got a nice new siphon for my aquarium, and I got a nice new heater for my aquarium.
I
lot of
sense
fish
a
stuff.
theme.
The thing is, this is stuff that I would not normally buy. This would be an upgrade to what I already have. But that's the purpose of a gift. It shouldn't be necessities. It should be like an upgrade.
Yeah.
I guess that the silicone was kind of a necessity, but I also didn't want to buy it myself. I'm trying to think about what else I got. Your sister gave me a jar of goo.
Yeah. My sister's, what is that kind on the crunchy granola spectrum?
Oh no.
Yeah. What is it technically called?
It is a vanilla brown sugar body scrub that is olive oil, vanilla essential oil, and brown sugar.
Yeah, it looks like goo.
And it's clumpy.
Okay, now I have been gifted once a brown sugar body scrub that was heaven on earth,
It's
but
probably
mine didn't
nice.
have olive oil in it.
And the thing is, it smells like olive oil.
It's probably nice to use,
It's
but
probably
it
really
does
nice to use, but it
look
looks like
sludge.
goo.
Yeah.
And it's like only that much filled.
I have YouTube shorts that pop up for me from a Crunchy Mom channel.
Oh no.
It makes fun of it while simultaneously learning about it, and it is interesting.
Oh boy.
Yeah. She thought that because I like to cook a lot of stuff from scratch, was crunchy. And I'm like,
Oh,
no, I just like to cook as a
I
hobby.
like food.
What else did I get?
You got finger chopsticks.
I got finger chopsticks, and Derek laughed at me.
Yes.
They're so good because I will either be modeling, or I will be playing a game, or I will be drawing, and I don't want to get schmutz on my keyboard or in the buttons on my pen or on my mouse. And they're little connected chopsticks that go between the ring and middle finger. So I can
don't
go
know,
like
man.
that and then draw again or type again or use my mouse again. And they're so good because I don't get powder, I don't get salt, I don't get sticky.
I mean, it sounds pretty appealing to me.
It's just such a gamer item, though. I know you're going to use it for other stuff, but just like I don't want to get Cheeto dust on my keyboard, so I'm going to grab Cheetos out of the bag with my finger chopsticks.
Cheetos. I want Cheetos so bad now.
Cheeto.
Oh,
Cheeto.
the perfect crunch of a right Cheeto.
I got some fun stuff this year. My mom got me a Raspberry Pi 4, which is very meat coated. She had no idea what it was.
That's going to be our servers.
My dad had most of an idea what it was.
Your dad had a Wikipedia page idea of what it was.
He knows it's a computer, and he's right, and that's all he
Yeah.
needs to know. I also got a fun 10-watt Marshall guitar amp, which is really fun.
Which has been loud.
Yep, I love that thing. It sounds great. And let's see, what else did I get that was fun and cool to talk
For
about?
Christmas for himself, Derek tore apart my guitar.
I rebuilt your guitar, yeah.
You were so excited about that.
I
And
was.
it
I'm
sounds
very excited
great
about
now.
it. It's actually awesome. I upgraded it from like $150 cheap Epiphone to a like $600 guitar in terms of feel. I spent probably about $200 on it.
Oh my
if that's
God.
not counting the tools I got, but it's
Some
awesome.
of this stuff is an entry cost.
Yeah, but it's freaking awesome. I love that thing. I'll put pictures of it in here because I love that thing so much.
He tried to rename it.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to give it a nickname because when I was working on it, some of the stuff didn't fit quite right, and I was trying to get it, widen out different cavities and fit certain wires. But, like, it still needs to be tight. It's just it didn't quite get in there. So I used canola oil on different things. And the guitar's already yellow, so I just, call it Canola as a nickname. It already has a name, so.
Yes, it has a name, and you can't rename it.
I know. I think it looks sick as hell now,
It
dude.
does.
What else did I get?
You did such a good job.
I don't know. I
got you some picks, and I got you a
You
little
did.
strap.
You got me an awesome strap put on the hollow body. It's really nice. A little leather strap. I shouldn't say little. That thing's heavy. But it's good for a very heavy guitar.
This is my slow push towards you getting a bass guitar.
I want a bass guitar real bad, but I couldn't. That's too much for Christmas, and I had other things to do.
Yeah.
Should just skip the guitar and just get a bass.
I got a thing that you'll appreciate. It's in my bathroom on my side of the apartment. It's a book called The Complete Cross Sections for Star Wars. Ever seen those books, like Star Wars books? It's an art book, really, where they have diagrams and cross section of the vehicles in it.
Yes.
This one has all of them that have ever been made.
Even the Vector class starship?
Which one is?
I think that's clones. I think it's
Venator
clones.
class?
Venator, there we go.
Way to
I
go,
tried.
buddy.
Listen, I was close.
All 9 movies now and some extras.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And it's in the bathroom.
Oh, boy.
That's neat. That's really cool.
No, I
It's
can
the
think
best toilet reading, dude.
it took me forever, but I got a gift you might appreciate, Derek.
Oh,
I got one of those silicone rolling pins where you can set the levels, so it'll set for you just how thick or thin it is.
oh, that's awesome.
And that was something totally unexpected that I can't wait to go for because it looked really ergonomic. And with my wrist pain, not having to do any more than I need because it'll set you, perfection. I am looking forward to that. I was like, no, that's a
awesome.
fun one. Took me a while to remember it.
I have this weird thing around Christmas. Everyone seems to have a hard time finding things they want to ask for or put on a list. And I have the opposite problem. My Christmas list or my just general wish list is enormous because what will happen is I'll look at something that's cool. I want that. Put it on the list and I'll forget about it. And I'll do that all year long. And so whenever Christmas or my birthday comes around, I have to go prune it to make sure it's not overwhelming. Mm-hmm. But that's just, it's easy for me to think of stuff because there's a lot of things that'll be that's sick. I think it's also just that I like stuff in general. If you look at my room,
You're a pack rat.
well, not a pack rat. I just like things. I get rid of things.
You're a maximalist.
I like to organize and get rid of things I don't need, but I like things. I have knickknacks on my bookshelves because it makes my bookshelves look prettier and it has a bunch of fun things. And I will pick up my little action figures and go and play with them. And I will take my little tiny gunship that I showed Jacob.
Did you get that for Christmas this year?
I did. It was $18 or something. It's great. My parents got it for me. And I'll zoom it around. I just like things. Like touching, grabbing things. But yeah, Christmas has been great. Although I'm not as excited about the gifts I get normally. I'm usually excited about what I get other people. So I was the one who got Jacob those minis in those boxes. And watching him go through 8 boxes of WizKids mini packs. It was great.
We should have made an unboxing video.
It was really entertaining. Yeah, me and my mom worked to get my dad a really nice gift this year. And that was also fun to watch. I got my mom something I was really excited about. And that's my favorite part about the holidays is cooking food and getting people stuff.
Yeah.
Jacob, how about how we accidentally, intentionally got both of our sets of parents pretty much the exact same thing because our families are alike.
Did you get them flashlights?
Yes, we got
The dad's got the same
the same
flashlight.
flashlight and the same brand of coffee.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And each mom got a heated blanket.
And then they each
And
got
then a
their own
separate
little
item.
separate and personalized item. But yeah, our families are so alike that we got our parents the same presents and they loved it.
I got to see this flashlight because this flashlight has gone around your family now.
I thought about bringing it today, and I was like, I've got too much stuff already.
Yeah.
It's a nice little flashlight.
Nice little flashlight.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, it's tomorrow is New Year's Eve as we're recording. When this episode comes out, it'll be like the very beginning of the new year. I know last year, I think we did some like resolution stuff, talked about what we wanted to do in 2023. I know what I said my New Year's resolution was. I don't know if anyone else had one that they remember.
I don't remember what I did.
How did 2023 go for y'all? It was good, bad, okay,
Nice year.
fine?
Good year.
I took better care of myself emotionally and mentally
I'm proud of
in
you.
2023 and stood up for myself a couple of times.
Hell yeah.
And I'm proud of that. It took a lot out of me, but I did it.
That's good.
I went to the doctor steadily for the first time in 10 years.
Yeah.
Got a therapist.
Hey.
That's one of the things I'm going to look into. I have my insurance will pay for a therapist for a little while.
Oh man.
2023, we'd be taking care of ourselves.
I got
drugs.
a therapist, and my therapist was like, hang in there. And I'm not going to lie,
What words of encouragement.
that damaged my mental health.
You know, I stood up for myself in 2023.
My goal in 2023 was to get ahead of things. And I meant that being like, because I didn't really have any plan to like change the direction things were going in 2023. I thought I finished 2022 pretty strong. But what ended up happening is I was already operating at like peak capacity. And then I like had heart issues, and then I got sick at one point in time, and we had to cut back on the podcast release schedule because I was like running at the max, and like other stuff happened in my life. I wouldn't say 2023 was a bad year, but it was tough. And then I was like, oh, I can't really push any harder, or I'll just break my knee. So I had to scale things back. We still haven't been super ahead on podcast stuff, but that's more been a choice. Like, it's always like, yeah, I could do this, but it also doesn't take a lot of time to get it out every other week.
We also only want to get so far ahead.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I've taken up a lot of the editing, and that has kind of fallen apart because I hate being alive right now.
Sick.
Yeah, you are genuinely frighteningly unwell.
You're up and down, up and down.
There were some points where I was like scared for you.
You're better than you were, but yeah, it's been rough. It's been a rough month.
I when you were talking, I remembered what I put for mine and all that, and I said that I would try to like take better care of myself. And
Well, there you go.
for the most part,
That's
I really
good.
think like I said, I actually stood up for myself in some scenarios where I used to, back down and let it go, and that's huge for me.
That's good. You hit your
Good.
resolution. I think I realized that I was asking too much of myself in my resolution, so I needed to change tact. So the resolution was good, I guess, in a roundabout way for me, but like it wasn't exactly possible in the way I originally saw. But that's 2023. It's 2024 now. What's your goals for the year?
In like 2
I'm going to get
days.
worse.
You're gonna get worse.
I'm going to make it everybody else's problem, too.
What's your goal?
Yeah.
Be worse.
I'm going to cause problems on purpose.
There you go.
Will you two quit fighting?
Is this you starting?
Yeah, getting an early start.
I won't go home now. Podcast over.
Jacob,
Oh, yeah.
do you have any resolutions, goals for 2024, Jacob? You've been
Jacob
riding on
is
cloud
staring at
nine
the
ever since your
ceiling.
tummy troubles cleared
Take
up.
your time. Oh, you should try a bunch of new restaurants.
More drugs.
More
Oh my
drugs.
God, okay.
More drugs.
No, you're taking better care of you've gotten into a better habit of taking care of your health.
More drugs.
You should continue that.
I'm not good at serious resolutions. So I'm going to do something silly. I've started working on painting miniatures. I want to keep that hobby up.
You want to paint your big miniature you got.
I want to
Hell
paint
yeah.
the big miniature I got. I will affectionately refer to it as the big boy, as is a secret from most people in this room, until probably when I get done painting it, at which point I'll probably be so proud that I'll want to show it off.
No, that's
But we'll see.
I'm excited.
it's a great
for you.
resolution. You need something that's non-computer based.
So it's like
as a hobby,
a new hobby. Hold on.
non-computer based
Be
hobby.
involved in this a lot because I'm a paint by numbers kind of guy.
Even so,
I'm a watch
even
guy.
so, even if it is computer based. It's a creative outlet.
Yeah.
So there we go. New hobby, paint. Miniatures.
Hop on
Which you've
painting
not been
discords.
creating very much since you stopped doing our homebrew campaign.
Listen, that's
Hawthorne.
Drow. Besides getting worse, do you have anything you want to do in 2024?
Oh, I'm going to learn how to do more Unity stuff. I've already been dipping my toes into it, but I want to really get a feel for it. I want to get into the meat. I want to feel the juices of its innards drip down my face.
You want to be unified.
You want to make a Valheim mod?
I want to make a Valheim mod first and foremost.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
Honestly, I know that I've made this joke before, but if I do actually get to the point where I could make a solid Valheim mod, I might take the plunge and make a smaller scaled but better arc.
Oh my God, that's a huge commitment.
Dang.
Valheim took like 10 years to get to where it is.
Yeah, the thing is, it
More
already
power
has.
to you.
There's already like a game schema out there, which is you tame the thing.
That's fair.
It doesn't need all the extra stuff. I don't need to have a bunch of PvP bullshit. I just want to have animals.
Exactly.
You want to make a first-person Pokemon game?
Yes!
I just want to collect all the animals and make them my friends.
Oh, first-person Pokemon game. Open
Kat,
worlds.
do you have anything?
I want to.
Sometimes.
I want to keep up this. Try to take better. I'm not saying I'm at all my take better care of myself goals, but I have a few market improvements. I work in the world of salary, so there is a level of the job doesn't finish. Type thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I struggle with that immensely. So I started in about, I want to say October-ish. I like to start early and trying to see if it actually works out. Trying to say, this is the number of days or hours that I will do extra. And if it goes past this extra, unless it will get me fired, I'm not doing it.
There you go.
It has not bit me in the butt yet. It took some rearranging. But until it bites me in the butt, I'm not doing any extras that I don't have to do or doesn't make me happy. That can wait. And that is huge in my field.
Yeah. And there's no sense if you're in a salaried position, especially if you don't have a lot of options of moving forward, like doing a bunch of work and basically doing a job and a half or 2 jobs.
When you're not going to get paid for it.
Yeah. So if you're getting hourly, then you basically could be getting mostly compensated
I'd be
for it.
filthy rich if I were paid hourly. Filthy effing rich.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm trying to cut back because I don't like that dynamic. I started to do the math.
Yeah.
And it made me want to cry.
There you go.
But did it make you want to kill?
Eat with keel.
So your goal for yourself is to look out for yourself.
Yeah, it's more, it's another facet of looking out for myself more. That one was more like my mental health and my physical health. This one is, I deserve to be a person who lives outside of work.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
That's a good goal.
I'm getting good at what I do, but I want to live outside of work. I do not want to die on the couch because I worked so long and only get to enjoy Saturdays with y'all.
There you go. That's a really good goal. If I have one like philosophical goal for me, it would probably be to like, how do I word this?
Are you going to cause problems on purpose too?
No. I think I would word it as seek or embrace change, because I feel like I can get in some ruts pretty bad. And
You got the inertia.
Yeah, and the most interesting parts of life are when things are changing. Because if you think about it, if you get in a rut of things and a routine, time starts to speed up. And it's kind of hard because you like naturally feel like you want to get in these routines and stuff. But like whenever you're in like a routine that you're used to and like, you know, you just kind of keep doing the same thing, even if it's fine for you, time can kind of like evaporate. You can like make a month or two feel like a week. And I don't like that. So the more interesting things are like when you're out of place and you're in a new environment and you're learning or whatever else, things seem to like slow down because it's like you have to be there and process it.
There's less tedium.
Yeah. I want to like be in those moments a bit more often and not like get too comfortable. On a more like realistic, tangible thing that I want to do this year, like an actual can measure against goal, I want to finish recording the rest of season 3 and finish Outlaws of Alkenstar. It will not release next year. There's no way. There's not enough weeks, and we're not going back to weekly, as far as I can tell. So, like, it's not going to happen. But, like, I want to finish recording it, and I want to do it because we've never finished an adventure path, and we're so close.
We are so close.
We're 2/3 of the way
It's such
done.
a landmark, too.
We are so close, and so I want to do it. And then, you know, I'll have extra time. We could have like 6 months in between finishing it and whatever else we want to do. But I want to finish an adventure path. I want to like knock one out of the park and like maybe have enough time to run something off screen because I haven't run anything off screen in a hot minute. And I'd like to do that again.
Could I be my cat girl wizard again?
Hopefully. That would mean we'd be playing Reign of
Zifa.
Winter. I bought things for Reign of Winter for myself for Christmas.
I heard about that.
Yeah, you should be scared.
Oh boy.
I heard about. Oh, Pavel, eat it.
Okay. You said we should be scared with one of those fights. I took over the mind of one of the monsters, and Pavel beat the shit out of the other one.
Oh, y'all haven't got to the scary fights yet.
Oh boy.
Oh no, that's Pavel. The more attacks they have, the more I agree. Pavel's gonna die. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Pavel's gonna die.
Oh no. Tifa's so interested
I'll never
in him.
forget Jacob's character Pavel. So he's a shifter, and he grapples things, and that's
His
his whole
whole
thing.
thing is grappling.
And it always has this one round where it's grappled, but it can still attack him. And so the first time he ever showed up, he like just demolished this Bebelith, this demon spider.
Yes.
Flexed all over me.
Felt real good.
Next room over, he fought something with like six arms.
Pavel's weakness.
And then he almost died.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pavel grapples, but he has garbage AC because he's a shifter and his armor doesn't count when he's shifted.
Yeah.
That's too much money. So Pavel will die. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
He'll go down in a glorious battle.
It'll be funny.
It will be funny.
But it's always so funny what you
He could come back as a half orc.
It's always so funny what Pavel can absolutely 2-round and what he has no chance against.
Because it's so swingy.
It's so swingy. Demon Spider, nothing. You could probably... No, you couldn't kill an adamantine golem because it has immune to crits, probably.
Probably.
But like, if it's not immune to crits and it doesn't have a ton of attacks, piece of cake.
Yeah. But if it has a ton of attacks, I grapple a dragon, I'm going to be dead.
Yeah.
You should grapple a dragon. It'd be funny.
I'm planning on it.
Oh,
That's where we're heading. Right now,
yeah.
our game.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is where Pavel dies.
I'm just gonna stay an air elemental as my druid far, far away and rain explosion of rot until I can't anymore.
And then that's when I'll introduce my brand new Fire Kinelicist Bender.
Bender. Totally not connected to
Drender.
Drender, your first character in this
Krender.
campaign. Anyway, so we've talked a lot. We're like 40-something minutes into this bonus banter. We haven't done one in a hot minute, so we're due for a long one. So we're going to finish off with some
The questions.
listener questions. The first one's out old, and I can't remember if we talked about this or not, but so we're going to do it again. From Jan in Germany.
Hello, Jan in Germany.
Pancakes or
Hello,
waffles?
Mario.
Pancakes
Yes.
or waffles?
It's
That's
waffles
the right
for
answer.
me.
Yes.
Yes, both.
It's
No, you prefer waffles when you have the choice.
It's tough
When you have
because
the choice.
if they are good pancakes, they can beat out something. But it's so rare to find pancakes that
the
good.
thing is, if it's a good pancake, then it's also going to be a good waffle.
I feel for me, it's like it's hard to do a good pancake, but so many people can do a pretty good waffle.
yeah, that's
put
what
it in
it
the
is.
waffle maker.
It's not too hard to make a good waffle, but if you get a perfect pancake, you cannot beat it.
I'm
but
not
waffles
willing
are
to
easier.
take the risk.
On the pancake.
That, and I like the crispiness of it. I like that it holds up. There's substantiation to
Well,
it.
then you're also talking. There's a huge variety in waffles. Like your average waffle is not as good as a good pancake, but a really good waffle, like a yeasted.
I don't even
waffle.
like those as much.
Yeast.
You make such bougie waffles, and I appreciate that you are experimenting. I
love
love
yeasted
that you are
waffles.
having the opportunity to do this. You make the food weird.
I'll say it like this. If it's plain, waffle. But if I want to add chocolate chips or something to it, pancake.
I got it. I got a winner for me at least. Both are great. French toast.
No,
I love French
No.
toast. If I have good French toast, I'll take that over either option.
that's a shockingly cold hot take.
It's been a very long time since I've had French toast that good.
I love French toast. Drow makes French toast pretty
I
good.
can't remember when I last had French toast
But I can
It's just so messy.
because I'm American.
go
you know.
on and on about waffles and pancakes. So please
It's
stop me.
waffles for me, dog.
But the fact that I mentioned waffles first means it's waffles. But if you ever get that good of a pancake,
I like what is it? What is the restaurant old people go to that has a shop?
Denny's Waffle House.
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cracker
they have pretty
Barrel.
good pancakes. I like their pancakes.
ooh.
I like the pancakes at Eggs Up Grill.
I went to a Cracker Barrel and I got the strawberry cheesecake pancakes,
Ooh.
and I throwed up everywhere
Oh,
no.
Because of the pancakes.
because of the pancakes.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
there's another reason why it's waffles.
Yeah.
I grew up, and my favorite breakfast, aside from like a non-monkey bread pull-apart thing,
Monkey.
was Belgian waffles
Manky.
with fresh sliced strawberries and whipped cream.
Here's the thing, though. I have also violently upchucked a strawberry Belgian waffle, and it's still waffles
Yeah, it's
for
just
me.
the thing.
It's like, I
just
love
because
waffles.
Drow's violently upchucked something
Yeah,
doesn't mean a lot.
that's-
That's every day.
That's based.
That's why I don't drink Mountain Dew.
Oh no, that's
I never liked it before, but then they gave it to me
Blast.
when I had nothing else to drink at the end of a cross-country race where I threw up,
Dude,
Oh god.
we went to a
and I took it.
We went to a Taco Bell and they didn't have Baja Blast or Pepsi.
That should be a sin.
Yeah,
Taco
Taco
Bell and Baja
We
Blast
got
are synonymous.
root beer instead.
Yeah, we had to both get root beer, which is fine, but
That's
it's
a
not
shame.
Pepsi.
Good
Such
root
a
beer,
bad
but it
drink.
I
wasn't
don't
Pepsi
want
and it
Pepsi.
wasn't
Root beer.
Baja
So
Blast.
all the way.
I like both. If I have too much Coke, I like a Pepsi. If I have too much Pepsi, I like a Coke. I go back and forth.
Nope, Coke all the way.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper is so good.
I have a bad relationship with Dr. Pepper.
think
I
I'll
love
leave this
it. It
recording.
does not love me.
You should try Jacob's meth.
no,
What?
it's mine.
See if it makes your stomach better.
Oh yes.
Oh no, I just can't do that
Our
much
audience is going
carbonation.
to think that Jacob's new tummy medication is just straight up crystal meth.
Isn't it? No, it's not.
No.
Let me make this
No,
very
it's
clear.
very, very different.
It's not.
Legally
Okay,
distinct.
let's just cut this.
Yes, let's just cut this.
No, it's funny.
Oh god. Oh boy.
All right, well, moving on from that. Thanks, Jan.
Thanks,
Jan
Jan.
did nothing wrong there.
Jan started it.
The next question is from the Mario, all capital
Hello,
letters.
Mario.
The.
Hello, Mario.
Hi,
Hola.
Mario.
Hola a todos. How's your Spanish, Derek? Not very good. Been wondering what's your opinion from all of you about season-themed adventures, whether in your homebrew or your tailor-made, pre-made campaigns. Something like, oh, it's Halloween, we need a spooky ambience adventure, or oh, it's Thanksgiving, let's do a one-shot for Outlaws of Alkenstar. Felices fiestas, happy holidays. Feliz Navidad.
No, we've never. No, you've done that.
I've done it.
In your
Yeah.
homebrews, and
I've
you know
done
what?
it.
They were fun.
Yeah,
That
we
was
did.
really
We
fun.
did 2 Halloween roughly themed adventures in my homebrew one.
Yep.
We did a Honey I Shrunk the Adventurers is what I called it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that was
Very-
was really
That was
fun.
whenever
fun.
Tyre was introduced. Yes. Micah played with us.
He didn't
First time
make it to
mentioning.
the thing though. He didn't make it to the castle. And then the other one, we did a Scooby-Doo themed one shot.
You wanted to kill some teenagers.
It was great. We call it's that was a very well done and fun one. But to me, half the fun was I wasn't there for the first half. So I got to pop up halfway through and not know any of the
Anything,
people
any
and
of
hate
the-
the teenagers.
Yeah.
It was
I
thing is,
loved
they
the
were
Scooby
incompetent too.
yeah, they were.
It was
yeah.
a very fun Scooby-Doo adventure.
It was
too.
very fun.
And then we did a Christmas one. Or rather, we didn't do a Christmas adventure. We did a winter holiday thing in early January in the homebrew thing.
Which one was that?
Was
We
that
did
the
gifts.
one?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I remember that.
I don't think we actually did any combat. It was like a downtime thing.
Yeah, was that the one where there was like a festival and X hung out with his little girlfriend and his
Oh
No, that wasn't the. You met her at the
Stepson.
festival, but she didn't live in the city at that point. I don't think. But we did. I remember the high level NPC you guys worked with had gifts for you all, and they were really cool.
Oh yeah,
My
Noel.
Little Wizard's first
It was the teleportation.
Teleportation thing,
Yes.
Yeah.
I am a little wizard.
I made this series of magic items. This is before I knew Pathfinder 1E rules really well. This to be clear, where you could. It was a brand called My Little Wizards, and it was a bunch of things that would be like very low usage and very limited scope versions of nicer spells. So what was yours? It was My Little Wizard's first teleportation kit.
If I whispered, I am a little wizard, I could teleport a certain distance. And I think it had 3 uses or maybe even just 1 use. And I used it at the perfect time. And I got to whisper into a NPC companion's ear, I am a little wizard, as we teleported across an army encampment. It was very fun.
That was very fun. Yeah, I was very proud of that. We had a couple I Am a Little Wizards products show
we
up.
did.
That was great.
And it
wasn't always a little
so
wizard
fun.
either. It wasn't some like other like I'm a little alchemist or little other stuff like that.
Yeah, it was a big brand. Yeah.
You had
It's a big
spin-offs.
bread.
They had different product lines for the different classes.
So holiday themed.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
And it was so funny. You were a magus, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah,
Nicholas
that's
was
what
a
Nicholas
magus.
was.
Nicholas. I've never done a specific holiday themed one, but I've done a lot of horror themed ones. We could
Yeah,
pretend
you
those were
have.
Halloween.
Because
It's
that's what you like.
Listen, it's the podcasts that speak to me, and it's the stories I steal. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I did offer to do a Halloween specific adventure one time, with the caveat that I already knew what it was, and it was going to involve clowns, and everybody gave me a solid and quick no.
No.
So if it's clowns, they don't want to do seasonal stuff.
No. Let me say it in Spanish. No.
I love seasonal content. I love it. I think
you
it's
go.
so much fun.
I think if I was doing more homebrew, we would do it.
Oh yeah.
But like, what am I going to do in Outlaws of Alkenstar? Like, the problem with that is we're also recording at one time and releasing
You
at
could
another.
make a Valentine's Day one where Cupid has a gun.
I think it's just harder in general when you're playing pre-written stuff and you're tracking stuff like I do now with dates, because then it's harder to shove in holiday-themed things and make it fit the time.
Poor Eleanor would call Valentine's Day Singles Awareness Day.
Oh, no.
That would be awful.
Oh yes, because Al's dead.
Al's dead. The name of the other NPC of the other PC.
All right, so we got one more question here from Bridgie P.
Hello,
This is a very
Bridgebert
good
P.
question. It says, do you have any more recommendations for TTRPG variety podcasts that you guys listen to? I remember ages ago you remembering Roll to Cast, and they're a great show like you guys. And variety shows, not really. There's not a lot of people doing what we do.
I'll say the quote unquote variety show that got me interested in variety shows was GCP playing. They would learn a game, play it for 3 episodes, and then be done with it.
That's exactly what I was going to recommend.
It's not perfect because there's a lot of mistakes, but they make up for it because they're a fun cast with a fun personality.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a game that they were already interested in, like Star Trek, and there are a lot of Star Trek nerds and stuff like that.
That was the inspiration for this show. If y'all want to look it up, it's called New Game Who Dis. By the Glass Cannon Network. It's on YouTube. That's kind of the easiest place to watch it. I think they have a podcast feed for it now, but I'm not certain.
Didn't it start off under a $5 tier podcast feed?
It did, but a lot of that's changed in the past couple years. This New Game Who Dis was born out of them putting their main shows on hiatus during COVID. And it ended up being a really cool thing. So yeah, it's in its main form in 2020 and 2021, I think. What it was is they would play remotely. One episode was just learning the game and making characters is the main way they do it. And then they would do a 3-episode, like one shot, and wrap it up. And it was really good because they brought in a bunch of new people to play with. They did a ton of games.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're looking for let's learn the rules and be good about it, not great. If you want to just get a vibe for a game, really good.
You'll learn the system. You just won't learn the fine details of the system.
So that's what inspired this show, because that was happening, and I love New Game Who Dis. And I was like, this is great, but like it always ends right where I want like a good chunk of content to start. Like they've made characters, they've just got the game kind of under their feet. And so I said, well, why don't we do our podcast where we already did the new game Who Dis. And so that's been our model. Before every season, we read the books, we make characters, we do test sessions, which last about as long as one of those, right? And we've done this every single time. And then we make our for real characters and start the show. And we just kind of have notes of all the things we've learned and talk about them as they show up in the episodes. So it's more of a polished, condensed kind of thing. So like we're very connected to this. And then like the thing about the Glass Cannon Network right now, Bridgie P, is they've got a lot of content. So they got the new game Who Dis, which is kind of one feed of content that does a lot of stuff. It's not running anymore, but there's a ton of stuff there.
There is a similar show, I believe. Right?
There's a couple different ones. I'm trying to look it up. The Game Garage is one.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that I can't remember what it was called.
You are just like a little bit of a ways from going, yeah.
But if you like New Game Who Dis or you like the Glass Cannon stuff, what New Game Who Dis did is spin off a bunch of short-running seasonal shows. So right now they got Voyagers of the Jump, which is in its second season. That's a traveler game. Very good. Matthew Capitacasa from their main crew runs it, and he is a very good writer.
Their Delta Green show.
Isn't that run by Joe?
Yes, and he's very good.
He's so good at it.
Phenomenal.
He's so good.
It is like the game for him to run.
Which is funny because they just seem to shit on him pretty incessantly.
Well, that's because he's Joe.
Poor thing.
His 2E game was great too. It's just it got demolished by COVID.
The new Glass Cannon Campaign 2, where they're playing the Gatewalkers Adventure Path, has only 13 episodes out right now, and it's really good. No, 15. It just released 15. That one's really good. Let's see. Yeah, their Delta Green show they got now that I think you can get publicly is Get in the Trunk.
Yeah.
They have a Blades in the Dark show called Haunted City, which is in its second season. So basically, they kind of still do it. There's another one they've done called Friends of the Pod. I would just look at their YouTube channel and look at all the stuff they've done. They played the Assassin's Creed RPG with Friends of the Pod. But like New Game Who Dis as like a format has kind of died off for them and spun into, well, let's do a bunch of different, short seasons of a game things, which I think is its natural evolution. But for us, we just make those short seasons one game each, and then that's the show. Although this one is not short by any means, but it's Pathfinder, so it's it's our weak spot. The Glass Cannon's really the place to look because that's where we got our thing. So look at New Game Who Dis, see how you like it. Yeah, then we mentioned Roll to Cast is another good one. I can't think of any others. I remember trying to find other variety shows.
Would you consider Adventure Zone a variety show?
I was going to mention that. They tried out the Fate system. They tried out Monster of the Week.
If I understand correctly, they've done a pretty good job of having a different game every year and a half.
They're going to be kind of similar to Glass Cannon where they're more entertainers and they're not focused on system stuff as much as we are.
Yeah.
But the Adventure Zone, they played their version of 5e. They played Monster of the Week.
They did very good. I think they did a very good job.
Monster of the Week fit their style better.
Yeah, very much so. So like that's another one. That's a classic one. I haven't listened to a ton of their newer stuff, but I did
all
listen to
complete,
Monster of the
so
Week.
you can binge it. A lot of the old stuff.
But if anyone has some other variety-focused shows, let me know. There was one other one that I heard of that I didn't get to listen to a lot of called Friends at the Table. I think they do a variety thing, but I haven't heard that one. But there's not a lot of variety shows as compared to like 5e shows or just Pathfinder shows or whatever, like game-focused shows. Another person who does podcasts that I know is Nobody Wake the Bugbear, and they're transitioning from 5e to the Mothership RPG.
Oh.
That seems to be a really good thing for them. And then if you want someone like us who is very like mechanics focused, that's like hard to find in general. Usually the kind of people who like mechanics vary per game system. But Roll to Cast is the other really good one out there because they're very polished and they do seem to care about the rules and show them off pretty well. What you looking at, Jacob?
I'm looking at the Mothership RPG.
But that's it for questions. Anyone got any last comments or remarks before we sign off for this bonus banter, this hour-long bonus banter? This is like a regular episode-length bonus banter. You can tell it's been like 2 months since we recorded one of these.
Cause problems.
Tip
The
your,
new year is yours.
Tip your wait staff.
There you go. That's a good one.
Give a Gatorade to a trash person.
Don't cause
Not like
problems
a bad
to wait
person,
staff.
but like a person who gets your trash.
Don't cause problems for wait staff. Cause problems for CEOs.
There we go.
Well, we hope you all have a happy new year and hope you've enjoyed the holidays. We will see you more in 2024.
Bye.
Bye. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Bonus Banter. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you would like to submit a question or comment for Bonus Banter, please use the Google form linked in the episode description. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We're at thirdgallon, that's THIRD gallon. We are also on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at thirdgallon. We also publish a video version of this podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon Podcast. If you'd like to support the show, check out our Ko-fi page. You can find us at ko-fi.com/thirdgallon. That's ko-fi.com/thirdgallon. The theme music for Bonus Banter was composed by Alexander Nakarada. You can find more of his work at serpentsoundstudios.com and support him at patreon.com/anakarada. That's patreon.com/ANAKARADA. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.